Hello, and welcome back to my playthrough of Pokémon Alpha Sapphire. It has been a little while. If those of you who are following me on Facebook, I've posted some updates. I've been sick for pretty much the past week, unable to speak, or at least to speak well. I was extremely hoarse for a few days, could barely talk, and you could kind of probably hear it in my voice right now if I try to go a little above my comfortable range right now. My voice might crack a little bit, might sound a little strained. But anyway, I'm well enough to do a video. I've, been unable for too long. I need to put out a video. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. In the last episode, we defeated Gym Leader Wallace, the final gym leader, so that means pretty soon we'll be ready to take on the Elite Four and finish the main story of this game. But you may be wondering, why are we in Verdanturf Town right now? Well, because I think it was the last episode, I had asked about trying to find the Pidgeotite, but I didn't have the Intriguing Stone, which is, well, it actually is the Pidgeotite, but what we needed to do first was talk to this little girl in Verdanturf Town. My Shroomish got lost! It disappeared around the sign! Where did it go? Yeah, so we have to find this little girl Shroomish. I don't know why, but we have to check here. I think here. Wait, here? Here? Or we check the front of the sign. Here. No? Oh, there it is. Okay. There you are. You were, I was just behind the sign. I didn't see you there. Oh well. Ah, Mushu! That's a great name. I'll give you this. I just found it. It has a strange shape, and it looks amazing. Alright, we got the Intriguing Stone. So, let's just take a look at it. It'll be in our key items pocket. Look at how pretty that is. But we're not done, because we need to get it appraised first. And who do we go to appraise any and all stones? Well, we should go and see Mr. Stone himself, but not Steven. Whatever the elder Mr. Stone's name is. I don't know what his first name is. I don't know if they ever mention it. But anyway, we need to go over to Rustboro City. Here. No, not Route 115. A little bit, back it up, back it up, back it up. Fancy air travel here on our Mega MacGuffin. Okay, so here we are in Rustboro City. Yeah, this is just kind of a little side quest. I don't even have a Pidgeot right now, but this is more just something because I tried to do it in the previous episode, and I just want to finish what I started. And for those of you who are wondering, this is how you get the Pidgeotite. So we're going to just go all the way upstairs. Yeah, we don't need Repel Up right now, I don't think. That intriguing stone you have. On second look, it seems to be a Pidgeotite, doesn't it? Yes, there we do. There we go, we have the Pidgeotite. To be carrying around a megastone like that, it looks like you're also a bit of a connoisseur. Alright, let's take a look at it, because if you remember the colors of the Intriguing Stone, it was like yellow and red and blue, kind of. Kanto confirmed. And the Pidgeotite is, of course, Pidgeot colors, red, orange, and yellow. So the colors don't exactly correspond there. But, oh well. Let me take a look at my team, actually. I put Stitch. Yeah, Stitch has some catching up to do. So we're probably going to level up Stitch a little bit in this episode. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just reordering things here. Whatever. Yeah, I want to level up Stitch a little bit. We also gave him his Mega Stone, which we haven't used on him yet. So as far as what we're going to do in this episode, actually, let's take a quick look at the map. Alright, so I could probably go straight to Evergrande or Evergrande City, whichever you prefer. We could go to Ariana Grande City right now, but first, I think there's some unfinished business we can do. We can travel. We can do Too Much Water Part 2, travel around Route 129, Maybe not 129 yet, because that'll be on the way to Victory Road. I don't know. This whole stretch down here, though, and go to Pacific Log Town. There's not a whole lot to do over there, but it would just finish out, you know, finish out this map area so we have places we can fly to, and there'll be plenty of training we can do. So that is going to be the plan. I wonder if I should put anyone else on my team to level them up. I mean, Nermal needs to level up, too. But again, I'll be mostly fighting water Pokemon. I think I'll save her leveling up for Victory Road. Oh, question. Did I put the experience share on recently? Okay, it's off, which I'm fine with because, again, my Pokemon's levels are just fine for now. I might have to do a little bit of training when I get to the Pokemon League. I don't know. Well, I'll definitely, when I go on Victory Road, I'm going to put the experience share on for that, just to make things a little bit easier, because again, I don't want to spend too much time off-screen grinding. I shouldn't really have to spend much time leveling up at all, because I've been keeping up pretty well, but I think there is a tiny bit of a level jump with the Elite Four, or at least by the time we get to the Champion. Because I remember when I played through Omega Ruby, I didn't really hardly do any grinding, and I made it through the Elite Four just fine, but I honestly had a pretty hard time with Steven. I almost lost to him if it hadn't been for the amount of healing potions I used. Healing potions, healing items, whatever. So yeah, over there's the Pokemon League. I wish we could just, like, land right there. I mean, it's right there, but we haven't been there before, so we cannot. So let's see, where can I land, though? Can I land on one of these routes? Like, over here? It's not letting me, so... Oh, wait, here we go. Route 126. Back up, back up. There we go. Let's land over here and get a head start. Okay, so we're on Route 126. We've been here before. Actually, now I will put up a repel. Where is it? How many repels do we have? Are we good on repels? Did I skip it? No, I didn't. Oh yeah, we should have plenty, actually. Alright. Let's go surfing, then. Surfing on Shamu! Yeah! Our big whale thing. Alright, so we don't really need to hang around here. I think we got pretty much... Or there's actually... I don't think there's any trainers... Oh, here's one. But I think we battled all the trainers around here before. At least most of them. So let's see. I don't want to go this way. I guess we fought you too, huh? Or you're not actually someone we can fight, I suppose. Alright. We need to go this way according to the map, so let's do that. Okay, so we've fought all the trainers around here, I am pretty sure. And we just landed on land again. Alright, let's go here. Okay, I need to stay a little bit away from the barrier here because I just keep getting caught. Okay, now we're on Route 129, which we have not been before, so we should have some new trainers to fight now. Alright. It's time to test out our Mega Stitch. Okay, taking a quick glance at the Elite Four and Champion, it looks like the highest level Pokemon we'll face is at level 59. So if we get we should get our team to around 60-ish. At least in the range, so that by the time we get to the Champion, our team's about level 60. So we actually do have a bit of training we can do. So I might just put the experience share on now that I think about it, but before we do that, we must watch as Stitch becomes a fabulous Mega Sableye. Look at him. Look at him. All the little gems on his back started growing. And the Rupee came out of his chest and... Wait a minute. Oh, right, I had Magic Bounce. So he used Scary Face, and he just basically used it on himself, which is great. Is it Magic Bounce or Magic... I think it's Magic Bounce. I should check, but now that the battle's gonna end... I'm pretty sure it is Magic Bounce, because it transfers any... Oh, the battle isn't over yet. Okay, so I can check. Because it's any status effects or stat-lowering effects. Oh, look at the mega icon! With the big ruby. It actually is more like a rupee from Legend of Zelda. Yeah, it is Magic Bounce. Reflects status moves. Status and stat-lowering moves, pretty much. Okay. Let's do Shadow Ball. Oh, Earthquake. This might actually hurt. I didn't even check what level this Wish Catch is. Okay. That wasn't bad, actually. Level 37. Not a lot lower than Stitch, but a good chunk lower, so we're actually alright. And another Earthquake, so yeah, we can take it pretty well. Mega Sableye is supposed to be a bit on the defensive side, I guess, so I guess we didn't have to worry. Okay, but I'm gonna let the experience share go back on now. Wants to learn Quash. That's pretty much only useful in multi-battle, like double or triple battles, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, so let's give Stitch, I guess, a Hyper Potion, or actually a Soda Pop will recover just over the right amount. So, alright, now we want to turn on the experience share, because again, I don't want to be too over-leveled, but if I don't do a whole lot of training, I probably won't end up being over-leveled. I'll probably be just about right. So we're gonna just keep the experience share on. Okay, might as well always Mega Evolve Stitch, because, I mean, he's really slow, so he'll probably never go first anyway, but at least I get to get rid of that stupid ability Stall, which always makes him go last. Not that Stitch has any need to go first in most situations, but still annoying to be, like, guaranteed you're gonna go last. Okay, that Shadow Ball wasn't bad, but let's try a Foul Play. I don't know how high this Lantern's attack is. It's probably more special-based. But we can try. That wasn't great. But another Shadow Ball will do the trick. Ooh, that was a crit. Still wasn't too bad, though. Nice thing with Stitch is that he's got no weaknesses other than Fairy now. He used to have no weaknesses at all. Although, being part Dark-type, if you get a Pokemon, a fighting type with the Scrappy ability, or just a Pokemon that uses Foresight or Odor Sleuth, then Stitch would also be weak to, well, just fighting. So, weak to Fairy and sometimes fighting. Alright, I guess let's use our last Soda Pop. We have plenty of Hyper Potions, so we can use those. Alright, but let's fight some more trainers. I wonder if we can fight all the trainers in the length it takes to travel to Pacific Log Town in the amount of time it takes to finish this episode. Let's see. Are we back on... Let's see, we're back on 128. Have we been on here before, actually? I think so. There's a dive spot that... Well, have we checked out that dive spot yet? I don't know. I will say one thing. Oh, yeah, this is the way to Ever Ariana Grande City, which that's the last time I'm going to call it that, actually. Because that's just annoying. Alright, so we're going to wait until we actually go to take on Victory Road to come this way. We're going to head west, Young Meowth, to Pacific Log Town first, taking a few detours. But yeah, the too much water comments. I mean, the water is kind of what makes the exploration, like what gives these games an exploration aspect that's kind of cool. But I will say, as far as for having a streamlined gameplay, I guess. Ooh, Ace Trainer Honor. On your honor. But just as far as, it's a little bit like, what am I trying to say? Not that Pokemon is actually not a super linear game. I mean, it's certain games, certain generations have been a little more linear than others. But I will say this with the with Ruby and Sapphire, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, the story itself isn't, the story itself, oh, protect. I'm trying to focus on the battle and talk at the same time. I have no idea what I'm talking about. The story itself is pretty linear, but the whole thing with the water routes is, it is a little bit easy to get off course, which is kind of cool if you don't mind exploring a little bit. It's a little bit out of the ordinary for Pokemon games, because again, even though there's always been a little bit of exploration in Pokemon games, the routes themselves haven't been quite as wide open as they've been in these games with the water routes. So, in one sense, it's a little bit different. It's not, I'm not saying it's not bad and it's not good necessarily, it's just kind of different. But hey, there's been so many, as much as the basic formula of Pokemon has stayed the same over the years, there's been enough variation in the little minute things about the game and the little mini games you can play and all that. There's been enough variation that you can sort of appeal to a few different types of Pokemon fans. Man, I know it's already been like an internet meme, but I can't get over how much Mega Sablei's Ruby is like a Legend of Zelda Rupee. And it almost makes me wonder if that was intentional. I mean, it very well could be. It wouldn't be the first time Nintendo games have had Easter eggs referring to other Nintendo games. I mean, Pokemon is sort of a, well, I don't know if you'd call it a second-party Nintendo property. I don't know. I guess they're not. They're sort of a Nintendo property, but when you think about, like, the Shigeru Miyamoto sort of branch of Nintendo, you know, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, now, I guess, now that Rare doesn't have it anymore. You look at sort of those intellectual properties, those are sort of like those, I mean, I don't know, at least for me, they seem to be like the more like first-party Nintendo, if you want to call it. But then there's other Nintendo properties like, well, like Pokemon, that they're actually developed by Game Freak, so it's not totally like first-hand, but they do have sort of a relationship. Like, Pokemon is exclusive to Nintendo consoles and always has been, and they always have, ooh, a Azumarill, actually a fairy type, so I'm gonna switch out. And they do include nice little references, like, for instance, in all the Pokemon games, when you start out in your house, you start with a console. So, like, it was a Super Nintendo on the first Pokemon games, Red and Blue, and then you'd have, you know, I don't think they ever had a Nintendo 64, but they'd have, like, a GameCube or a Wii, or a Wii U, or like, I like in X and Y, it's a Wii U, but then your character also starts out holding one of the special Pikachu edition 3DS XLs, which is pretty cool. So anyway, my point being, in Nintendo games in general, they haven't been shy about referring to each other's properties, like in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, there's a reference to Pikachu and to other Mario characters. So, like, in Pokemon, maybe they can make a reference to Legend of Zelda with Mega Sablei's Rupee shield thingy. More like Omega Rupee, am I right? Yeah, I mean, that would be a little bit more appropriate if I weren't playing Alpha Sapphire, if I were playing Omega Ruby. But maybe I'll have the episode title be Omega Rupee. I don't know, if I remember in post-production. Future me in post-production. Name this episode Omega Rupee, unless you come up with a better name. Okay, thanks. Alright, let's... Oh, we actually ran into this Pelipper. We were kind of going at full speed, too, so I'm surprised we didn't scare it off. Do we want to fight it? I guess there's no harm in fighting it. We actually have, what is it, Power Gem. I noticed it's interesting, though, with Sablei's eyes, they look like sapphires. Maybe they're diamonds, though. So I had almost wondered if Mega Sableye would have a ruby form and a sapphire form. Or we would have a Ruby and Ruby Eyes in one and a Sapphire and Sapphire Eyes in another. Since the gems that Sableye has are rubies, sapphires, and emeralds, so they do refer to the generation of games that they came out with. Alright, let's see. Its defense and special defense fell, so we should be able to knock it out with this. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so we're a little, like, we're around the 20-minute mark now. And we're probably, like, halfway to Pacific Log. But it probably shouldn't take, it wouldn't, I don't think it'll take as long as it, to do the second half of this run as it did for the first half. Because the first half we were just kind of wandering around. This part of it is more of a straight path, so we should be good. I guess we'll go with Shadow Ball, but I don't want to run out. Yeah. Okay, so it tried to use Soak on me, and I just successfully bounced it back and turned it into a water type. Actually, I didn't successfully do it because it said the attack failed, so... Alright, I want to save my Shadow Balls, so I don't think Shadow Sneak will knock it out, but... I'm not sure what to... Oh, it did, okay. Well, I guess that's true, because Stitch's attack is better than its special attack, if I remember correctly, so... But then again, Shadow Ball has, like, more than twice the base power of Shadow Sneak. So, but let me check moves. No, not moves. I know the base power of all the moves. Let's see. Attack 99. Actually, no, his special attack is, in fact, higher. So I guess Golduck's defense just wasn't quite as high. I mean, Shadow Ball did do more than half of Golduck's health, but... Still, for the amount it had left, I wasn't expecting Shadow Sneak to knock it out. Okay, can I knock out this Seeking with the Shadow Sneak? Seeking, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Bye, Seeking. Okay. Actually, I wonder if instead of calling the episode Omega Rupee, I should just call it Mega Rupee, because it's Mega Sableye. I don't know. I'll go with Omega Rupee, because I thought of it first. First thing I thought of. I know it's not that funny, but let's just go with Power Gem. Actually, I could try Foul Play, but I'm not sure about Golduck's attack. I probably could have used Foul Play on Seeking, to be honest. Because I think Seeking's a physical attacker. Not bad with power. Oh, it was a crit, but still not bad with Power Gem. Let's try Foul Play, though. Oh, yeah. I hit the disable back. Now you're... Disable was disabled. Yes! That was great. Disable was disabled. Like that meme or whatever that has... I mean, look, no, I don't need it. Has two Pokemon named Disable, and one uses Disable on the other and disables Disable. It just says, Disables Disable was disabled. Ah, so much disabling. Alright, guess let's try Foul Play on this thing. I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure about whether Tentacle's a physical or special attacker. I used a special attack right there. That wasn't bad, though. Let's just use it again. Alright. Doing pretty good there, Stitch. Glug glug. We should heal you up a little bit, though. Have I been... The experience share has been on, right? Yeah, okay. I don't think anybody... Has anybody else leveled up? I don't... Except for... Well, I mean, I used Normal in battle one time. I don't think anybody else has gained levels. I'll pay more attention. I was just kind of scrolling through the battle text, so I wasn't paying attention to who was getting experience. So I'll pay more attention to that in the next battle. I mean, it says experience share is on, so I have no reason to think it's not on, but just I wasn't paying attention, so I'll pay attention this time. Swimmer Rodney. Alright, you've got a Crawdaunt, so I won't be using any of my stab attacks on you. I guess we'll see what Power Gem can do. Okay, he's gonna use Razor Shell. That, well, it lowered my defense, unfortunately, but it didn't do that much. Oh man, Power Gem, pretty good. I guess Crawdaunt does not have the best special defense. And that Night Slash did a lot because it's neutral, effective, same type of attack bonus for Crawdaunt, and my defense was lowered. So that was a little scary. Fortunately, it wasn't a critical hit. Although if it were a critical hit, it wouldn't take into account the fact that my defense was lowered. So it probably actually would have done a similar amount of damage. A little bit more than that, but it still wouldn't have had to worry about it knocking me out. Okay, so we're on Route 131. Let's go over and check out the sign. I guess so we'll be able to fly to it later. Oh, Sky Pillar is over here. We're getting into spoiler territory right now, but just keep this in mind. I wonder if I should just surf over here, just so in a few episodes, when I start the Delta episodes, we'll be able to just fly right over here. Maybe we won't be able to fly over here, though. I think we would actually need to go inside the tower in order to do that. But, oh well. We got a little preview of things to come. But yeah, for this series, I mean, I did want to do some post-game things, but the more I think about it, as far as the way it's been really difficult, especially lately, to keep a consistent upload schedule, what I'm going to do is I'll definitely do the Delta episode. I'll definitely do the Delta episode because that's pretty much more of a direct continuation off of the main story. I mean, it's a different story, like it's not directly connected to the main story, but when you finish the main story, there's a direct tie-in right from there into the Delta episode. So I'll at least do that much. Then I did kind of want to do some other post-game things, but it's going to have to depend. I'm not going to be able to guarantee it. I might want to take a break just because the way my schedule has been, having to account for things, I really need to do a better job of planning my episodes ahead of time. I want to finish Earthbound. I need to be consistent with my uploads for Team Eclipse, and I also want to get into, as I've been mentioning a few times, I want to get into other content other than just gameplay. That kind of content, like things like reviews, top 10s, theory-type videos, just, you know, little side things like that. I've wanted to get into that. I don't believe I would be able to do anything regular the way that I at least attempt to do my gameplay videos regularly. But just, you know, things to do every once in a while, once every couple weeks or once a month or whatever, whenever I am capable of doing it. And I have a couple ideas for that, but before I do that, I think I kind of need to get myself a little bit more organized, and I think that means taking a little bit off my plate. I have my commitment to Team Eclipse, so I'm gonna keep faithful to that. But I think I'm going to have to cut down on the amount of series I'm doing for gameplay on my own channel in the meantime. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I have to finish this game, at least up to the Delta episode, and then I want to finish Earthbound. And then I've mentioned before I want to do a couple of I want to do games for a while that are a little bit less hour intensive. I've had a couple things I've been thinking of. I'll focus on just whatever series I pick, I'll focus on just that as my main gameplay series for the time being until I can get started, until I can get going with a couple of my other ideas for side series, like, you know, bonus videos, like I mentioned before, top 5s or top 10s, whatever, theory type things. What was that? I just scared it away, but I didn't recognize that cry. What was that cry? Oh, you know what? There's something about, after you defeat the 8th gym leader, you can start to find Pokemon outside the Hoenn Pokedex in the wild now. I had forgotten about that. What cry is that, though? I've heard that. I know what that... Like, if I saw the Pokemon, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's that cry. But I can't think of what cry that was. Well, anyway, now that I'm totally lost my train of thought with what I was talking about before, yeah. Basically, I want to start new types of videos, so after this series and Earthbound are done, I'm going to try to limit myself to doing one gameplay series at a time for my own channel, while also doing gameplay on Team Eclipse. And then I want to do some other kinds of videos. Top 10s or something. Theories. I mean, I say top 10s and theories because those are the kinds of formats that a lot of people know. But actually, the things I have in mind are a little bit different. I mean, I have those in mind as well, but I have a couple of different ideas in mind, but that's just to give you a sense of, you know, those kinds of videos, aside from gameplay. Oh, has Intimidate worked on me? I thought status... Well, I guess abilities don't count, but it's just for attacks. Oh well. But yeah, I have a couple things I want to try. But I'm not going to reveal what they are just yet. Top 5s or top 10s and theories are part of that, but I have other ideas too. There's, in fact, another series I have a very good idea of what I want to do with it, but I'm not going to reveal it just yet. And also, I am getting pretty close to 100 subscribers, which is pretty much my first big milestone for my channel. And so I want to plan a little special for that too. One of those types of videos, one of those non-gameplay types of videos. But that's sort of in the works right now, but I don't have anything super confirmed yet. I'm going to start work on that fairly soon. I'm not at 100 subscribers just yet, but I am getting pretty close, so I'm going to have something prepared. Alright, Stitch, you need to see a doctor. Actually, I might have battled all the trainers up to here. I don't know for sure. Let's see. Have I? Oh no, there's more trainers. Let's see. I have Shamu up front. And you know what? I forgot to... Oh, well, Shamu leveled up, so okay, the experience share has been on. And Ufu leveled up too, right? Do I need Shamu to be in battle? I mean, I'm not really going to use him for the Elite Four, but let's let him come out for one battle. So let's see. I should be able to use Primal Reversion for Shamu, but I don't think I can do that if I also Mega Evolve. I was just thinking, this Drizzle boost is good for everybody except Stitch. Let me just see what happens if I choose to Mega Evolve Stitch. I don't know, how do I do this? Oh, does he need to hold... Oh, right, he needs to be holding the blue orb. Well, anyway, what exactly does Origin Pulse do? It's just a really strong attack. Alright, I guess we'll try it. Oh, it works on both of them, okay. Excuse me. Still not 100% well yet. But I'm almost there. Should be feeling much better tomorrow. I'm feeling much better than I have been feeling. Oh man, it's not even very effective. And it was did a really good amount of damage. Okay. Alright, yeah, Cotton Eye Joe leveling up. Ooh, wants to learn Moon Blast. Yes. That is better than Dazzling Gleam by a bit. Alright, so we just gotta take on this Azumarill. Let's Power Gem again. And just Waterfall. I think that could do enough, right? Maybe it won't actually, because it's not very effective, but Origin Pulse did a lot. But yeah, oh no, play rough. Okay. Got a little scary for a second, but Stitch took that pretty well. Oh yeah, I forgot the rain boosted Origin Pulse also. It boosted Waterfall too, but I don't think Kyogre is as much of a physical attacker Plus Waterfall just doesn't have the same base power. But okay, we should be here in Pacific Town now. Alright. Let's do a little bit of exploring. Because if I remember correctly, this is just sort of like a side city. Oh, that's a hint right there for something that I might do in the post-game. But, again, the only thing I'm going to confirm 100% for certain that I'm going to show in my series is the Delta episode. Beyond that, I really need to think about it. Alright. Let's just talk to kids. Oh, there's a Megastone back there. Do I have to surf to get there, or can I walk behind the Pokemon Center? I have to surf back there. Not a problem. Do-do-do. Alright, a Kangaskhanite. So, let's see. I could go all the way. I could continue over to the west and go over to Slateport. But to be honest, I've done plenty of battling in this episode. The episode has gone on pretty long. And, okay, we got Fling. Probably won't use it. And so I think I'll save that for the start of the next episode. In the next episode, we'll continue to the west until we get to Slateport City. And then, after that... okay. I wanted to reread what he said. I thought he said something about dying in his 50s, but... Anyway. Why can't I? There we go. Where did I come from? Yes, no. Oh yeah, I remember this person. I came from yes. I came from Yes Town. Or I came from no. I have to come from somewhere. I was born at the bottom of the sea. Well, my Shamu probably was. Anyway. But yeah, in the start of the next episode, we'll go over to Slateport through those water routes. And then if we have time remaining, we'll start our way to Victory Road. I think that'll be an okay way to break things up. Yeah, the tricky part about that westward route also is the water currents. There's a little bit of a puzzle there. The sort of annoying thing about it is, well, it's sort of like Fiery Path, or not Fiery Path, Jagged Pass. I don't have a Blossom, actually. Yeah, but once you go, you can only pick like one of a few paths, but you can't backtrack. You have to go all the way back to the start if you want to try a different path. And because of the different combinations of paths, you could try a bunch of different times before you can... Oh, yay, Psyshock. That actually... Well, depending on who can learn it, it could come in handy. But yeah, so it would take a few tries to actually go down every path. So I think I'm just going to try 1 or 2 times in the next episode, because I don't want to spend too much time. And there's a few cool items we can get, but I don't think anything absolutely necessary. So I don't want to waste too much time. We'll just do a couple. Okay, I think this is the last person to talk to. Pokemon Fan Club Chairman. Oh, is your older brother. Well, thanks. Yes, my Pokemon is friendly. Yeah, you can give me return. I probably won't use it, but I appreciate it. Alright. Let's go this way. So let's go to the Pokemon Center. And we don't need to put up a repel for right now. We can always put one up later. Alright, let's heal. Ooh, we got that camera angle going. Every once in a while, they change the camera angle when you talk to the nurse. But it seems... I don't know if there's, like, any way of figuring out when it's going to happen or if it's just random. But it's an interesting little treat. Anyway, I guess that's it. So yeah, in the next episode we'll continue west, and then hopefully if we have time at the end of the next episode we will continue on our way and finally go to Victory Road and be ready to take on the Elite Four. So guys, that's going to do it for this episode. If you like this video, please leave a like and also subscribe if you want to stay up to date on when my latest videos come out. If you would like to follow me on social media, you can like my page on Facebook or follow me on Twitter. The links are in the description. And please don't forget to check out my collaboration channel, or the channel I do collaborations on, Team Eclipse. I have a Pokemon Y Wonderlock going on right now. The second episode just got uploaded. Should be yesterday when you're watching this, or, well, yesterday when this video is uploaded. The other video came up yesterday. So yeah, that's about it. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of my playthrough of Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.